All right, hey, it's Matt, BlindGuysGarage, and today we're going to work on a 67 Camaro. So, last episode, you saw me pulling the blower. Last video on the channel, you saw me pulling the blower motor out of the Camaro. Somebody had bought it, they wanted it, they come and got it. Well, I started putting the big block on the run stand to get it running. Well, let's just put it in the car. So, that's what we're going to do. So next time you see me, we'll have the big block hanging on a engine hoist over there in front of the car. So let's go. All right, well, I forgot and remembered at the last moment. I'm glad I did, because this is no fun to do in the car. These two holes are stripped out, so we've already replaced this one. We put a helicoil in it. I don't care for helicoils that much, but now we got to do this one. So I'll do that one and I'll bring y'all back, but wanted to let you know, always fun. And it's time for the struggle to begin. Big block Chevy meets 67 Camaro. We've had this a long time ago, but they're always tight to get in there. So let's wedge it in there, see if we can get it to fit on the first try. Probably not gonna happen. And one more thing, note for everybody, put the flex plate on, make sure to lock tight the bolts, just because. Now, watch the struggle begin. Let's see if we can set you up. All right, alternator bracket is now removed, and alternator. Let's see where we go now. All right, next day. Motor and trans out of the car. Wonder why. I couldn't get the trans to bolt up for some reason. I couldn't get my hands in there. Couldn't quite get the trans to twist the direction I want to. What I think's going on is the cross member is the wrong cross member for the car to start with, so that's okay. We'll handle that. Not a big deal. It's just easier to bolt everything up out here. And then I got to thinking, hey, when did I lash these valves already? Because something that I don't know if I've mentioned about this motor, this is a hydraulic roller cam and we're using mechanical roller lifters. So not exactly the best setup, but I couldn't remember if I'd lashed them, so I went through and relashed them. You basically set them between 3,000 and 0. Well, camera died, but either way, valves are set at 0.0025, so that should be good. Now, let's wrestle this thing in the car. A lot more work when you're by yourself to swing this motor and trans in the car. And we're about to put our engine hoist to the test, and our lift plate to the test, as well as our studs. So hopefully we got good quality products there, because I don't know, it's got to be every bit of 800-900 pounds right there. Probably 800. 800. 8.5. Give me 8.5. All right, let's wrestle it in. All right, well, we got the engine, the transmission weaseled in, got the header started with one bolt, so it'll go into its home once everything's set. Now I'm gonna start wrestling with motor mounts, and just to be completely honest, I don't think y'all wanna watch me and wait on me to do that, because this is you're wrestling with it. All right, well, we got the motor set in the hole. I just tossed the valve covers on it to keep trash out of the motor for the time being. We've already ran the valves, so we know they're right. I've had the motor in and out like 3 times, to get some clearance for the transmission. The 700R the big block sits slightly to the passenger side to make for extra exhaust clearance and makes everything line up better, supposedly, I don't know. So when you use a big block frame stand, the engine sits slightly that way. The problem with that is it makes the transmission sit slightly to the passenger side as well. Well, with the 700R, they've got the, let's see if I can walk over here, see if this 4L60's got it. The servo assembly, yep, it does. This servo assembly right here on the case, hits on the bottom of the floor. So I had to pull it out, massage that back, put pull it out, massage it back some more until I got enough room for the transmission to get all the way up in the tunnel. So, having said that, now the motor is sitting on its own weight on the motor mounts. The transmission is sitting on its own weight on the transmission mount and cross member. So I think that was probably the whole problem before. Why I couldn't get it to bolt up to start with is because the transmission wouldn't shift over far enough to bolt up against the block. And I was just thinking it was a cross member issue. Well, no, it fell right into the factory bolt holes on the cross member after everything was set together. So, you know, and as some of you may already know, to put a $700 4 in one of these cars, all you have to do is unbolt the cross member and move the front holes back to the back holes and drill new holes in the back. And then the $700 cross member just works. I mean, the Turbo 350 cross member just works with no issues there. So, I don't know. I think we're good. Well, let's keep working on it. So now, zoom you in. We gotta get this driver side header in. I've already had it in once, and I've clearanced the heck out of it on the steering box. And as you can see, we got some movement in here. Well, I hate those. See, got a little bit of movement in here. So I get that bolted up, get the manifold, the exhaust gaskets in, and then we still have everything to do on this side. So we'll have to get the starter bolted back down there, get the transmission lines brought back up to the radiator, and we're going to do something with an alternator because at this point, I don't even have an alternator because I don't think it's going to fit in the Camaro. It would have fit in the Chevelle the way it was set up, and don't look like it's going to fit in the Camaro. So, plans change every day. We'll see if we can get a high mount alternator bracket for the driver's side, or passenger side for it. If not, I have another water pump, and we'll swap it all out to be, I just lost what I was thinking. We'll swap it all out to be a long water pump, is what it is. So, like I said, let's get started. All right, well, here we are. It probably don't look like we've changed much, but we've got both headers on. I've had them on and off 2 or 3 different times. Trying to get it clearance right here. See right here, this little nub that sticks into the header. Yay! Well, we got clearance now. And right here at the bottom of the fuel lines, which is hard to see at the angle we're sitting at. Let's see if I can adjust the camera a little bit. These fuel lines right here, kind of go tuck in. They were just barely touching, so I had to clearance the header for that. Yay! And you can see there's clearance there. Then we'll come back to this other side. We had to get a big old hammer on this side too. As you see, the steering box definitely all up in the groove there. I can't even really get the camera down to show you that one, but as you can see, there's plenty of movement now. Once we bolt the header all the way up, we got a gasket behind it. That's all set up. And now I'm going to plan the next piece for in the morning to go get. So the distributor, we're running a roller cam. That's a steel gear. So that ain't going to work. We need to get us a bronze gear put on this thing. And that pretty much covers it. So we're going to find a bronze gear. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. Chevrolet from the factory used a 0.491 shaft on their distributors. So if you look right here, this shaft right here where this gear slides on, they use a 0.491 from the factory. A lot of aftermarket and MSDs used a 500 shaft. So it's something to keep in mind if you ever need to swap a gear. So 0.491 or 500. In this case, we have a 491. So that's a stock replacement style distributor. I think that's a Pro Comp distributor. I don't remember. It was given to me, Mr. Holloway. Thank you, Mr. Holloway. So we're going to try it. And it looks like the big cap distributor is going to fit the big block in the Camaro. So that's nice. I'll stop rambling now, and I'll see you in the morning when we get a gear. All right. Well, I just want to give you a quick update. I'm knocking stuff off. I'm going to give you a quick update of what's going on. Today has become carburetor day. I've went through about 3 carburetors, trying to get everything set up. This is actually one of the carburetors we got with the blower motor that we didn't use, so now we're reusing it for the big block. The jets are probably going to be a little big for it. It's going to have 80s in the front, 85s in the back. Alright, well, we've put it all together. I've primed this motor a lot, trying to get oil pressure. So now we're going to, I've primed it with the oil pump driver. I've spun it over. I've spun it over while priming it with a starter. I've spun it over by hand while priming it with the oil pump driver in it. So now we're just going straight to the fired up. But we did start getting a little bit of oil pushing past on this rocker here and this one here. This one's almost dripped off, all the way gone now, but you can see a little bit of oil running down the right here. Not a lot. Not as much as I'd like to see. And then the other side's hard to tell because some dummy dumped the oil straight down the motor there, so it's all soaking wet. But we're gonna set you up and we'll see if this thing runs, number one, because we got the carburetor primed. Oh, and it doesn't appear as if the fuel pump's working either, so we'll have to check out why that is. But bring it back. All right, here we go. That's promising. What's wrong on this thing here?
No, fair.
I don't know if I got enough fuel in it. Come on now. I'd like to take a quick brief intermission on the current project we're working on, just to ask y'all to like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment on the videos, as it helps the channel grow and lets me know what y'all like and don't like about the videos, as well as when you leave a comment, I'm guaranteed to reply because I reply to every comment left in the videos. So there you go. Oh, hey everybody. I just wanted to say thank y'all for all watching again, and realized I was editing the video and we didn't really have a good start video for y'all on this thing. So since the last time I had y'all on camera, I've worked out the fuel issue for the most part, it looks like. Let's see if this thing starts. This is cold. We'll fire it up for you. Oh, let's put this plug on while we're here because I didn't put this plug back on after pulling the carburetor apart. And we're not going to do that carburetor pull apart video unless y'all just want to see it. If y'all want to see it, let me know and I'll break one down for you in the video. I got plenty of carburetors to build, so let's see if it fires up. There she is. See what she's got to say. There you go. That's the longest she's ran. Now let's take a peek over the carburetor and see if we're still rolling over. We'll know because we'll start seeing smoke steam over it. Here she is. Well, it don't look like she's bleeding over anymore. I'm glad. Now, next video on this thing will be obviously getting on the ground, building a cooling system, changing the accessory drive out and all that good stuff, and just a sneak peek to show y'all what's coming up next. 6.9 Chevelle. There's his motor and transmission right there. LS motor, transmission, and all the other parts in the trunk. You've seen the short. So, hope y'all enjoyed it. Later.